Okay, this is going to be my home console video. All the consoles that I have for video games. So I want to get started right away here. This is the Nintendo Entertainment System, known as the NES or the NES. Now, this system right here, I'm having some issues with it. As you can see, I can separate it right here, the top from it. The connectors, I think they're, I don't remember how many pins are on them, but you can actually purchase the connectors that are back here under this metal part, and they're easy to replace. Mine's a bad on it, so they only cost $5 to $10. I might even be able to pick them up from a retro store. If not, they sell them on eBay. So this is probably the console that I played the most of. I grew up with this console. I have some fond memories of playing games on this console. One of the best consoles ever made, without a doubt. Put that over there. Just picked up this beauty, Sega Genesis. I also had this as a child. One of the lighter consoles. It's very light, not much to it, but has a cool look to it. Has a toggle on and off, which is a little bit unusual. And then it actually has a volume, which I don't think I've seen that on any other console, but also very nostalgic about this console. Very good system. Next is the Xbox Original. Now, I didn't get this except for those two that I just showed you that I had when I was a kid. All the other consoles are pretty much bought way after the fact, years after they came out. This is definitely the biggest and bulkiest and heaviest. This thing's a monster. But yeah, you know, Xbox Originals, Halo. That's all you gotta say about that. One of the best games ever made. One of the best franchise ever made. So yeah, love this console. Had a lot of good times with it. Next is the Sega Saturn. I only have a few games for this, but yeah, this is a lot of people consider this a fail console, that it failed, but how do you open this thing? There we go. What do I got in there? NBA Jam, but definitely didn't have this growing up. Picked this up a few months ago, but has the Sega name on it. You know it's going to be good. Some people didn't like it, but this is a 2D master. It's got some of the best 2D games that you can ever buy, but also plays 3D games. That's where they struggled with their 3D games. But Panzer Dragoon is one of the best 3D games ever made, so definitely a mixed bag there. Next is the Nintendo GameCube. This is also one of my favorite consoles of all time. Love it. Have a lot of good memories of playing Mario games, Metroid series. Looks like a lunchbox. It's crazy. You can pick it up as a handle right there. Now I have the Game Boy Advance player, as you can see on the bottom there. So all you gotta do is put the boot disc in the top here, and then I can load my Game Boy Advance games in right there and be able to play my Game Boy Advance games on my television. So that's really cool. Next console, I picked this up a few months ago. Didn't have this growing up either. Nintendo 64. Of course, this is famous for one of the best Legend of Zelda games ever created. Ocarina of Time, Zelda. It's got a toggle also, like the Sega Genesis, on off. Cartridge-based system. So we have NES cartridge-based, Sega Genesis cartridge-based, Xbox CD-based, Sega Saturn CD-based, and like I said, the N64 is a cartridge-based system. Another CD-based system, Nintendo Wii. You know, again, Metroid, Zelda. That That's the one thing that Nintendo franchise has over the Microsoft and PlayStation. Those are original exclusives that those systems will never have, and that's why people purchase Nintendo. Let me see where I'm at here. Next is the Sega Dreamcast. This is another CD-based console. This was in competition with the GameCube and the PlayStation 2, I believe, and the Xbox original. Some of the more famous games on here are obviously the Sonic adventure games. Shenmue was another really good game. Can't remember if I mentioned it's a CD base. And just an overall cool looking, well-made console there. And this system right here, I think, was the first to have voice chat on a home console, so that was really cool. Of course, I bought it way after the fact, so I wasn't doing any voice chatting. So let's move to my smallest system of all my systems, PS2 Slim. This game, I would just take a guess, they created more video games for this console than any other consoles that I've shown you and that I'm going to show you. They have a huge library of video games. One of my top 3 favorite consoles of all time. CD base. What I got in there? Burnout. Alright, where am I at? Second to last console, Xbox 360. Now this is the arcade version, and some of the guys I play with give me crap about this, saying that this is not as good as the other ones, but they're all the same. With this one, it doesn't come with a hard drive, but all I had to do is go out and purchase a hard drive for it. So now I can save just like anybody else. This is another heavy, just like the Xbox original, this thing is super heavy and bulky. They didn't change their concept very, very much at all between the Xbox original and the 360. Now the last console here is the PS3. This is one of the newer style PS3s. I think it's a 250 gigabyte. It's got a top loader. Got Red Dead Redemption in there. So yeah, very sweet console. Very aerodynamic looking. So yeah. So I would have to say probably out of all the consoles, I'm going to pull this one forward here. I'm not going to put these in any order, but I'm going to give you my top 3. I'd have to put the NES in there. PlayStation 2. And probably going to have to go with... This is a tough decision. I'm going to have to go with the Xbox original. It's very close between that and the GameCube and the 360. So those are my 3 favorite consoles right there. And that's it. Until next time, guys. Peace out. Oh, yeah.